hope you're ready. We're going to be cranking our heads back and forth, watching these teams race up and down the floor all game long.
And this is the definition of an exciting matchup. Don't be shocked if the 24-second clock doesn't come into play. They like to keep the pace fast.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. The small and power forwards are Reza Shea and Johnson. Then it's Williams. And it's Vasquez in at the 1.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Traore, guarded by Vasquez. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws. Here. The Nets shooting their first free throws of this one. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And in terms of intensity, they kind of took the night off. Looked like they were just going through the motion.
Yeah, you hate to be critical, but that's part of our job. You have to call it the way we see it. That night, they were flat.
The first free throw is good. And RJ, you played 7 seasons in a Nets uniform. The most with any of your teams.
Yeah, it was a great way to start my career consistently in the playoff picture. It was really the most sustained success that the franchise has enjoyed.
Here's Peterson. Last game out, he had 14. Williams dishes to Vasquez. Shoots over Traore. Vasquez can't get it to go. Here's Traore, guarded by Vasquez. The Nets working the ball around now. Shoots it up. Rebound, Atlanta. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Expect to see them being much more careful tonight because of that. Maybe being a little less aggressive.
And he can't hit the second.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
And the Nets miss again. Now Vasquez. He's coming off a 31-point game against Boston. Good. Vasquez has got 5 points so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He could roll this start throughout the rest of the game. Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Nolan Traore. The Hawks have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Good on both. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Pass to Wolf. Here's Sharp. The shot from the low post is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Peterson, that's good.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
That's the Demon. LeBron James on the wing. Guarded by Reza Shea. Here's Traore. He's off from 17 feet.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Now here's Vasquez. D right on him. And there it is for him. He's got 9.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Let's take a look now at some of the teams that have been blocking shots by the truckload since the All-Star break. The Hawks, number 1. The fourth spot held by the Nets.
And guys, how about the defense we've seen here in the painted area from both of these clubs in the second half of the season? The block numbers are really off the charts.
Here's Traore. His last outing, he had 8 points.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
James in the post. Guarded by Rizachet. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Now we get a chance to check out LeBron James. His last 10 games have been exceptional. He's right around 29 points a night, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, but really his main asset is being a playmaker.
Great handle, great vision. That's how he drops so many dimes.
Now here's Vasquez. 9 points in the game so far, and it's slammed in by Williams.
What I really love about this kid, you know, Williams he's physical, he's explosive, and yes, he plays above the rim. He just brings that nastiness to the game.
Here's Traore, 8-point game. James in the post, guarded by Rizachet. LeBron's shot is good.
Not all his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
At over 40 years old, Richard, the way LeBron James is still able to impact the game is absolutely incredible.
And just for context, through NBA history, the averages for a player once he turns 40 are 6 points and 3 rebounds. LeBron is blowing that out of the water. What I want to know is, where is the rim protection? That was just too easy.
Here's Vasquez. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Vasquez has got 11 points. Here's Traore. He has 6. Pass to James. This one for 3. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Here's Rizichet. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Vasquez has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And so Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
A moment here to see the numbers for Jalen Johnson. 5th in field goal percentage. And he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And yeah, he's such an efficient scorer. Understands the offense. Moves without the ball so well. That's why he's top 5 in field goal percentage. And it's Demon missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Nets trail by 12. Pass to Wolf. And here is LeBron. To the paint. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sharp. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
And the Nets miss again.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not a big thing. And his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
Now here's Vasquez. 11 points in the game. Over to the left wing. Picked by Williams. Here's Peterson. Williams. And Williams is right there. And the Hawks lead by 14.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
LeBron with it. He's picked up by Rizichet. Traore can't hit.
Yeah, the defender in position there and with a height advantage. The fade away was really his only choice, but still a tough shot.
And it's Williams finishing it off.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
They set the pick. Here's Demon. The 9-footer's on the mark. And here's Vasquez. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. They lead by 14. Pass to Rizichet. Now here's Vasquez. Fires for 3. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand. Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Peterson. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. Knocks it loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sharp. Michael Porter, he's checked in for the Nets. Christian Brown comes in for Traore. And then for Atlanta, Okongwu comes in for Robert Williams. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Rizichet.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And here is LeBron. 35 points for him last game against the Knicks in New York.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around it, just his effort level was off the charts.
Pass to Demon. 6 to shoot. The 11-footer. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
What's not to like? He's been really good so far. Good start.
Here's Vasquez in Atlanta again with the bucket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
LeBron with it. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. The Hawks leading by 17. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. Well, LeBron is keeping it going. He said, I appreciate these young guys coming up in the ranks and doing great things. I hope to have inspired them to carry it on when I decide that I'm done and keep this beautiful game going. Not just the league, but the purity of the game. That is what's most important. Guys, back to you.
He's left an imprint, no doubt. Thanks a lot, Allie.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
And stolen by LeBron. Pass to Demon. Here's Porter. Yes, that goes in.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Now Vasquez. 20 points for him. Now Okongwu. Now Vasquez. Kispert finds Okongwu. And the shot falls short this time.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Porter in the corner. And he's good on the 3-ball. Porter's got 5 points so far.
Elite from the corner. Porter Jr. shoots a much better percentage from this spot.
Here's Brown. That one goes. Count it.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Hawks leading by 10. Here is Vasquez. Pass to Newell. Now Alexander Walker. Good work there as it goes.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposite.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Atlanta?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
So with Williams on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Kispert is out there with Newell. Then it's Okongwu, and it's Vasquez in the point. Pass to Vasquez. Over Saraf. Again, the Hawks score.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Up top, Claxton. Outside, Porter. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Johnson, he's checked in for foul. And a change for the Hawks. Johnson, he's checked in for Kispert. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Newell. Atlanta again missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
There's the lob to the hoop. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Here's Saraf, guarded by Vasquez. Saraf gets the bucket. And here's Vasquez. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. On the wing, Johnson shoots from the corner. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And so Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for him. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Brown with it. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. LeBron with the block.
I love that LeBron is still willing to go up and challenge at the rim. Still got that fire for an old man.
Oh, Claxton in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Vasquez, that's good.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Here's Traoré, guarded by Vasquez. Pass to LeBron. Here's Traoré. Offline with his three.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Now here's Vasquez. He's got 26. 5 to shoot. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And here's Johnson outside. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got assist number 8 now on the night. James outside. Shoots over Alexander Walker. They set the screen. Here's Traoré. Again, the Nets for 2. Richard, one thing we see in this league, teams changing coaches much more often than they change the GM.
Yeah, one guy picks the players, the other guy coaches the players. Seems like a shared responsibility, but the job security, well, that's not equal.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Here's James. Strong inside. What a move by James.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Vasquez surveying the floor. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's the three. Another three for Atlanta.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Here's LeBron, defended by Alexander Walker. And LeBron James gets it to go. LeBron's got 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Let's check in for the Nets. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Robert Williams is checked in for Okongwu. Johnson comes in for Newell. Zachary Rizachet is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Peterson sub in for Johnson. And James picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Brooklyn making a change here. Demon's checked in. And here is Johnson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Here's Traoré. He's got 8. LeBron outside. Top shot in close by LeBron.
Making the D look helpless. James is just locked in once he gets this close.
And LeBron's playing days are over, and GA, who knows when that'll be. What will you remember most about his play?
You know, I don't think there's ever been a player who came into the league with such lofty expectations and not only met those expectations, but fair to say he's exceeded them. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Peterson, banked in off the glass. Peterson's got 5 now.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Pass to Wolf. Launches it. Three ball. LeBron James.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Here's Peterson. 7 points in the game. Lets it go from the wing. That one wide left.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
Down low. Here's Traore. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Traore's got 4 this quarter. Here's Peterson. Took the opportunity when he saw it. And the Hawks lead by 14.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Now, Reza Shea. 17 points for him last game against Boston. Johnson with the screen on James. And Johnson with the stop.
And I love that from Johnson. Sets the pick and then finds some space there for the basket.
Here's Traore, guarded by Vasquez. Spins. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Peterson, that's good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Here's Traore, guarded by Vasquez. Clock at 6. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Demon. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Now here's Vasquez. Defended by Sharp. Pass to Reza Shea. Good. With time running down in the shot clock. Reza Shea's got his 2nd basket of the night. 1:05 left in the first half of the game. James in the post. Guarded by Reza Shea.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
Now here's Vasquez. Defense right on.